Coming up on today's episode of AMA Drone Report, Oscar Mayer introduces the WienerDrone. Illinois drone pilot challenges local ordinance in Evanston. DRL Series winner will take home $100,000. Hi, I'm Bree Cross. Welcome to Airborne's AMA Drone Report on Aero-TV, a weekly news program covering the recreational drone world in partnership with the Academy of Model Aeronautics, one of the oldest and most respected aviation organizations in the world, with more than 195,000 members and 2,400 clubs across the country. Remember when you were a kid, maybe just last week, and it was really cool when the Oscar Mayer Wienermobile would come to town? Well, the venerable Wienermobile is no longer the only promotional vehicle used by the iconic brand. First came the WienerMini and the WienerRover, and now say hello to the WienerDrone. This unique vehicle will set off on a journey to no better place than Wiener, Arkansas for the ultimate 4th of July celebration. Quote, "As the most iconic brand, we're going where other hot dogs can't. We're committed to getting our new hot dog in everyone's hands, and we're going to great lengths to do this. We knew that was a job for more than just our existing Wienermobile," said head of marketing at Oscar Mayer, Greg Guidotti. The new WienerDrone is fully equipped and specifically built to deliver Oscar Mayer hot dogs. The WienerDrone is the first unmanned hot dog carrying aircraft designed for remote location delivery. The Wiener fleet expansion shows how Oscar Mayer is going to great lengths for the love of hot dogs. In the next Drone Minute, let's take a brief look at a few of the shorter stories that are making the rounds of the small UAS and hobby drone communities. Florida Governor Rick Scott has signed HB 1027. The law prevents local governments, such as cities or towns, from enacting their own drone legislation, in what many local elected officials say is a swat at a concept known as home rule. The bill specifically gives the state exclusive jurisdiction to write laws regulating the operation of UAS, but leaves intact local government's authority to write laws relating to nuisances, voyeurism, harassment, reckless endangerment, property damage, and other illegal acts arising from the use of unmanned aircraft systems. New York is proposing Senate Bill 1979 restricting UAS weighing over 10 pounds, flights above 400 feet, flights under 100 feet over private property without permission, and labels areas within 5 miles of an airport as restricted airspace. It does allow a vague exemption, but AMA prefers an exemption that specifies Section 336. Their Senate has a web system that allows residents to support or oppose the bill. AMA recommends New York members access the site to vote nay. New drone restrictions are being prepared in the UK following what was described as an incident in which a drone came within about 3 feet of hitting a commercial airliner near Liverpool John Lennon Airport last April. The UK Airprox board, which monitors near collisions, said that the drone passed within 3 feet of the airliner's wingtip. Quote, "It was initially presumed to be a bird," the board said. However, as it got closer, the flying official realized it was a blue drone with flashing lights. An interesting entrant into the FPV world is the Cinemizer, which the company says is a versatile and comfortable way to see where your drone is going. Annette Tittle, sales and marketing director for the Cinemizer USA, told ANN CEO and editor-in-chief Jim Campbell at the Sebring Sport Aviation Expo in January that the new FPV device is made by a 160-year-old German optics company. Check out FPV with Style, the Cinemizer Viewpoint, on the AMA Drone Report playlist on YouTube. That was our Drone Minute. Now back to the rest of the news. The Evanston, Illinois City Council had a very restrictive drone law on its agenda recently, which had one local resident ready to file a lawsuit should it be approved. The Evanston ordinance would have required recreational drone users to get the permission of any property owner in the city before flying over it. But South Elgin resident Keith Kmieciak thinks that goes too far, and he and his attorney Jeff Antonelli say that only the FAA can regulate the use of airspace. The local police say only one drone complaint has been filed with the department so far this year, but the legislation was introduced after Alderman Melissa Wynn learned of a young girl who reportedly was struck by a drone on a local playground. The ordinance does not give clear guidance as to how a drone pilot might obtain the permission to operate his or her aircraft over public land and does not name any public space where drones would be allowed to be flown on a regular basis. This is not the first time Kmieciak has challenged a drone ordinance. Last year, he convinced the village board of South Elgin, where he lives, to ease restrictions on drone flights over most city parks, leaving only one where they are off limits. When the dust settles on the Drone Racing League Championships later this summer, the top pilot will walk away with $100,000. The telecast of the DRL Allianz World Championships began last week on ESPN. 16 pilots are competing in venues such as NFL stadiums and abandoned malls. DRL CEO Nicholas Horobeski said during an interview that drone racing is just a small part of what is becoming a multi-billion-dollar industry. He said the number of people who have drones, want drones, or are learning to fly drones is growing every day, as are the commercial and consumer applications for the aircraft. The pilots in the championship series were selected through amateur drone racing competitions and through a video game where their skills were assessed online. The aircraft they will be flying can generally be purchased for under $1,000 and can fly up to 90 miles per hour. Well, that's our program for this week. In addition to this program, our daily Airborne Limited episodes covering the entire aviation and aerospace world are streamed Monday through Friday. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and tweet us. Get comprehensive real-time, 24/7 coverage of the latest aviation and aerospace stories anytime at aero-news.net, and more information on the exciting hobby drone world at modelaircraft.org. We'll see you next week.